Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I am so pumped because today I was sitting and I was like, I have so many videos that I want to film about my favorites, and it was kind of getting like a little bit repetitive, if you will, but not repetitive, more like I didn't know when to post them and so I decided that we're gonna do a favorites week. So every now and then I'll do like a drugstore week, which I can do still, you know, if you guys want to see one in the future, maybe next month or something like that. But I want us to do a favorites week. So all this week I will be posting videos every day this week. So for 7 days I will be posting 6 or 7 days depending on how I feel. I'll be posting videos anything to do with my favorite something. So today we're doing a full face of my favorite brands. I also have a full face of current favorites, drugstore favorites. I have my top 5 favorite eyeshadow formulas. I have so many videos planned. I hope you guys enjoyed so much. I'm so excited. I haven't gotten all of them planned out yet, but we'll see. I know you guys love watching my favorites and seeing what makeup I really truly love, and so I thought this was a fun way to have them all in one place. And then you guys can reference them or whatever, and every now and then. Rarely do I switch favorites. There are some products that I get new, and they're my favorite for a while, just because they're new, and then it kind of dies down. But I have some products that are newer that I'm like, there's no way I'm putting this down ever in my life. And so, yes. If you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're excited for Favorites Week. And without further ado, let's just get started. All right, so real quick, wow. That was crazy. Okay, real quick, just some background a little bit about this video. So it's a full face of my favorite brands. So I kind of went through each category of my collection, picked out like not only my favorite product in that collection or one of my favorites, but from a specific brand. So like I have my list of favorite brands here. I don't know, should I just read them to you? So we have like e.l.f., of course, Colourpop, of course, Kokie Cosmetics, of course, Tarte, love of my life. I think in Tarte, Catrice, we have definitely one of my favorites. Don't have a lot for them, but definitely one of my favorites. Essence, I live for them. Kosas, a new favorite, but a favorite nonetheless. And then like Complex Cultures, another big one that's just one of my favorites. I just love them so much. Love getting new products. I hope I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did, because I went through like my entire makeup collection and I don't think I did. But anyway, so what I did is went through each category of my collection and kind of picked a favorite from there, but that was also matching with a brand, if that makes sense. So I'll just go through and kind of explain to you. First, let's just go in with some primer. So one of my favorite brands, like I said, is Colourpop, and I didn't have, let's just say I didn't have any other options in my favorite brands. I think there are certain categories, like primer is one of them, and eyeshadow palettes is another one that I learned that I have favorite products from brands that like I just don't really like anything else from them except for those specific products. So primer is one of them. Like Rare Beauty, I really love that primer. It's my favorite primer. NYX, love that marshmallow primer in combination with my Rare Beauty primer, but they're just not my favorite brands. They're kind of, I just love them for those products specifically, and that's it. But so I really do like this Colourpop primer. It is really, really hydrating. I just like something with a little bit more of a glow, and so that's why. But it feels so good, and look how good my skin looks like. She's a good one. Like you can see, I've used quite a bit of it, so she's good. Next, let's go in with, my lips are dying. We're gonna go in with the Essence Shine 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 Wet Lip Gloss. I promise this is not always how I use it. I use this as a little lip gloss, but it just always so happens every time I've been using this, I wanted to use another product as well. So this always gets used as like a lip balm. Just to moisturize, but it feels so good. It just smells so good too. Yes, Essence, especially for the cheap price, definitely one of my favorites. So freaking bomb. Next, let's go in with foundation. Like I said, one of my favorite brands is Tarte. Colourpop also has some of my favorite foundations, but this one's just a little bit more of a holy grail for me. This is, I've had a mini size, I've had a deluxe size, and then this is the full size. It's just one of my favorites. you can't go wrong with it, and so I needed to use it, and Tarte again is one of my favorite brands. We're also gonna go with the Tarte sponge, which I also do really like. I've kept it for a while now, and usually, you know, if it's a sponge I don't care for, I'll just get rid of it. But this one has stayed with me so long and I love it so much. I don't know why, but it's a good sponge. It's like the perfect combination of dense and bouncy, so it doesn't soak up all the products, but it doesn't but it's not rock hard, you know what I mean? So perfect sponge. I love her, and it's cute too. like how cute. This foundation is, it's the Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. I don't know if I said that, but if you guys know anything about this, it's very, very light coverage. Very, very light coverage, but I love that. And it just looks, look at my skin. It just looks so good on the skin, and I can't get enough of it. It's, again, one of my favorites. Definitely like at least top 2 favorite foundations, if not like number 1 for me. And so definitely a favorite. I love her. Okay, next let's go with some concealer. So I do have 2 here. Again, Kokie Cosmetics, one of my favorite brands. This is one that I just love to try. This is a newer favorite to my brand list as well, just because I've just gotten so many new products. For a while, this was the only product I had from Kokie, was the Illuminating Be Bright Illuminating Concealer, and I love it so much. It's so good. But as I get more and as I try more, their stuff becomes, oh my gosh, favorites day in and day out, and I love it. I can't get enough of Kokie Cosmetics, and it's definitely, again, become one of my favorite brands. Definitely one that I'm excited to see where they go. They don't have a lot of new products or new releases. I haven't seen very many, and so I hope, like, you know, they don't let themselves die out because they have so many good products. But hopefully they come out with some more. I just realized that in my head. I'm like, wow, they don't like have reveals or anything. All right, then we're also gonna go with the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. If e.l.f. is not your favorite brand, I don't know where you live, under a rock or something. If e.l.f. is not one of your favorite brands, let me not say your favorite, because I don't think e.l.f. is like my number 1, but I know it's up there for sure. First of all, this concealer is one of my favorites for sure. But e.l.f. is just like, they have such great staples that anybody at any point in time could get some really good use out of their products, and they're super cheap, which is also a great thing, and then they're such amazing quality for such a cheap price. You know, certain brands, like even Essence at times, or Wet n Wild, or just really cheap brands, a lot of the time will be super cheap, but their products are not really good, and so it's like, I'm glad it's cheap, but it's not that good. But e.l.f. is not like that. Most of the time, e.l.f.'s products are good. They do have their misses, but a lot of the time it's a hit, especially their newer products are really, really good. All right, and then so for powder, we're gonna go in with I think this is the only product they have in this thing from this brand, but I do really love all their products. I love to try their products. This is Cos Culture. It definitely is one of my favorite brands, and it's definitely one of my favorite brands to try. But this powder, this is the this is the Cos Culture Set and Go Translucent Powder. I have mine in the shade Clarity, and it is one of the best powders I've used ever. It is so good, and it just like takes your skin. Wow, I just snapped and all the powder came off my hand, and I definitely missed the camera. Anyway, it's such a great powder because it just literally just blurs out your under eye without making it dry or crepey or anything like that. You can see the difference. If you can't see the difference, I don't know what you're looking at, but it's very clear. Like, this side is set and this side is a little obviously dewy, but this side is so set without being flat or dry or anything like that. It just looks so good and looks so smooth and so even, and I'm just like, I can't get enough of this powder. It is very expensive, very, very expensive, but it's so good, so good. All right, okay, yes, I'm so glad that I saw this before I kept going. So we're gonna go with the Tarte Breezy Cream Bronzer, one of my favorite products ever. Again, from one of my favorite brands ever. It's just like the best product, and I hit major pan on it, and then I put it away, and I stopped using it. Like, who am I? So we're gonna go ahead and use her again. I'm just gonna stipple it on the outside of my face. It is a very, very creamy product. So if you're someone who doesn't like creamy, or you're just getting into like cream bronzers and stuff, this is very, very creamy, so you have to be very careful. But it is really, really nice. And so it's just, oh my gosh, it makes blending really, really easy. You just don't want to go overboard, is my point being, is all I'm trying to say. But, oh my gosh. But it makes the cream products application so easy. I was like, Tarte, do you guys have a mini of your cream blush? And they're like, coming soon. Well, I've been waiting for months and it's still not here, so I'm very upset about it. I was hoping it came out by the Sephora VIB sale, and it didn't, so whatever. But I would pick one up because they're so good and they're so easy to use. I love this application where it's just like a pot. It's not a drop, it's nothing super freaking dramatic. It's really, really nice, but you can just see how easy and how delicious my skin looks. I love this product. I love this brand. I love Tarte. Tarte does something so right. I know they have like a lot of downfalls, especially you know, now they're just not coming out with a lot of good products or products that people are super obsessed with. But I think that they just have some really great staples that you just can't go wrong with them. And as much as the brand is not as exciting anymore, it's not like Colourpop, who releases something awesome every day. But they have some really great products. And I think their custom kit, I don't know when it comes out. I think it's coming soon. I think when that comes out, get it while you can. It's my favorite. All right, what I was gonna go on with before and almost had a heart attack is the Cos Concept Powder. First of all, Kosas has really came into my life and stolen the show for me. I love Kosas so much. Again, a newer one, but obsessed. Everything I try, I'm obsessed with, and I can't put down for weeks and weeks and weeks until I like get something else new, and then I'm like, okay. But then I always go back to it. You'll see some other products that are like older, I've had for like at least a year now, and I'm just obsessed with. And so this powder is nothing different. I could not see myself using any other powder for the rest of my life, ever in the history of life, because it's that good. It really just sets the face. You can see my face, how it still has that life, but again, it's set. It's so nice. And I think, Lord have mercy on my soul. I'm gonna hurt somebody. Go to work. I think it just makes my skin look so beautiful, and it still keeps that life that, again, I just work so hard to create in my face, and it just keeps that and holds it and just makes it look so good and so amazing. All right, next let's go with some bronzer. I'm gonna mix two because I couldn't not mention either of them. These are both my favorites. I think these are like my top two bronzers, especially from like some of my favorite, again, from my two favorite brands. There's two of my favorite brands. Essence, the Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder Palette, a freaking amazing, so good. You can't go wrong. Best matte powder bronzer formula hands down ever. Amazing. Comes with 4 different shades. For me, I use all 3 of these, and sometimes this one in the summer when I'm really tan, and so you can get a lot of good use out of this. And then the next, of course, the Kosas Golden Bronze Bronzer. My packaging broke, so she is, oh my gosh, she's looking rough in the knees, but this is one of my favorite bronzers. So good. It is like more shimmery, and like I was going that I was like, oh yes, the Essence one, like that's definitely the one I'm going to use. And I was looking at the Kosas and I was like, but I have to use her too. And like, you know, when it's a battle in your head, you know that they're favorites. You know that they're the top kahunas when it's like, do I use this favorite or this one, you know? So I'm just gonna mix the two. I always, for the Essence one, when I'm this like fair, if you will, when I'm this light compared to my other shades, I just mix the top two, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and I'm just gonna lightly bronze because I know it's gonna go crazy. The again, the Kosas one is shimmery and the Essence one is matte, so I guess it just depends on your preferences. For me, I go back and forth between matte and shimmery. Right now I'm on a more shimmery kick, but the Essence one is so good that I just couldn't not mention it, you know? And that one's like a favorite product ever, you know, of all times. But I do really love this. Again, Kosas, something so right, doing something so right. So is Essence. This is only $10 and you get 4 shades. It is like literal perfection. I don't know what you guys are doing without having that in your life. It's only $10. You spend $10 once and you have 4 products that will live free with you for years. Right, so now we're gonna go with blush. I have 2 here. Again, e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Always Rosy. I do really like this blush. I also really love the Kosas Color and Light Duo. It's the Pressed Duo, and this is in the shade Papaya 1972. The only thing to keep in mind is that they do have different intensities. So this is high intensity. If you're someone who likes less of an intense bronzer, you can go with less intensity. I'm just gonna mix them. This is supposed to be a highlighter, but on me, I think because it's such a high intensity, it's literally like a pink blush. And so I don't use it as a highlighter, but I do mix them. It's kind of more of a luminous blush. So we're just gonna go in with all 3 of these and see what happens, because I'm a little nervous. Not even gonna lie. This formula is super, super powdery, I've noticed, especially when you use a stippling brush, but it is so good. Like, it's very, I don't know why it's powdery, because it just melts into the skin. You would think it was a freaking cream or something, because it's that, ugh, look how delicious. Oh my gosh. This combination, is this gonna be an everyday combination? Oh my gosh, stop. This is like, I've been on the hunt for a perfect blush, and this is doing it for me right now. Ooh. Okay, went a lot of it overboard, but I'm just gonna blend that sucker out. I'm so excited. This looks so delicious. Love these formulas. They're so good, so blendable. Again, love these brands. Should I say it again? my favorite brands. Okay, next we're gonna go in with the setting spray. I always like go overboard with setting spray because like there's so many I always want to mention to you on a daily. I just don't wear this much. I usually wear 2. Okay, today I'm only wearing 2, but like usually never mind. Anyway, we're going in with the Kokie Refresh Hydrating Setting Spray. I love this setting spray so much. Again, Kokie Cosmetics has some serious diamonds in the rough. This one is one of those like, you would think, like, why would this be a good setting spray? You know, in your head, it's just kind of like it's cheap. It looks cheap. It has the cheap packaging, and it's just going to stay hydrating and long-lasting. But literally superb. Literally makes your makeup last so long. Literally so hydrating. I'm going to spray it on my face, obviously, so you can see it now. It looks very nice and very lifelike and glowing. It's going to melt all the powders in and just take your skin to places it's never been. My skin, it just added an extra like and it's so good because it's not glowy necessarily, although I do look a little bit more luminous. It's not a glow that it adds, it's a hydration, and so you can feel it seeps into the skin. The powders just melt so deliciously, so freaking good. I think it's like $6, maybe less, maybe I think it's I don't think it's $8. I think it's like $6, but anyway, 6 or 7. So cheap for such a great product. So good. Next, let's go in with some highlighter. Again, 2 of my favorite. Again, highlighter was another one that I did notice that my favorite highlighters are definitely from brands that are just not like number 1 right now. Like not my favorite brands. I just love them because I love that product specifically from them, that highlighter. But these 2 I really like as well. These highlighters. This is the Kokie Soft Glow Highlighter in the shade Heavenly. Oh my gosh, obsessed. So delicious, so wet. It is a creamy formula, but it just looks so delicious on the skin. And then the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter, if I can open it. So delicious as well. This is in the shade number 20, Supreme Rose Beam. This one is definitely a lot more iced, a lot more of an icy highlighter. So again, depending on what you're looking for. And this one is a little bit more, like the Kokie one melts into the skin a little bit more. It's a little bit more glow from within. But the Catrice one is really, really nice too when you want that extra oomph. It doesn't look textury. It doesn't enhance textures. It doesn't look too much or anything like that. So we'll probably just mix the 2 again because why not, you know? They're both here. It's gonna be an interesting color. Oh, so delicious. You can just see, this is, again, I said this in the other video and another video, but like when you look at me like this and you're like, oh, she looks cute, nice and glowing, and then you're like, girl. I live for that. That's how you know it's the perfect highlighter for your skin tone, by the way. If you can look straight on at me and you can't even tell my highlighter, and then you go to the side and you're like, girl, she's gorgeous. Like, she's a glowing goddess. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna fast forward through brows and eyeshadow just real quick, just because I don't want to be here for too long, but I will talk about the products. So we have the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I do really like it. Again, e.l.f. is just a staple brand that you can't go wrong with, and this brow pencil is really nice. It's only like $5 and so good, very precise. We have the Complex Culture Full Out Brow Gel. Again, another one of my favorite products of all time. I love it so much, and then from this brand, so superb. I think like if I recommend anything to you from this brand, it's definitely the brow gel, the setting powder, and then an eyeshadow palette, but I'm not going to use that one today just because we're not. We're going to go in with the Colourpop and Lizzie McGuire. Again, Colourpop is one of my favorite brands, and Colourpop is going to be like one of those brands that was only my favorite for eyeshadow, but it just wasn't true. I love their foundations, I love their lip glosses, so many things I love from Colourpop. So I did want to use one of the eyeshadows because it's kind of like, how could I not, you know? And I have only used this once, I think, so we're gonna try to play around and do something fun with this lady. And then we're also gonna go in with, I haven't decided which one, but we have 2 favorites here again from Kokie Cosmetics and e.l.f. These are like liquid shadows, and the Kokie one is so stunning. I think we're gonna go in with the Kokie one today, because I've used this one less, I think. It is so pretty, and it's just, delicious. It's the shade Polaris, and then we have the e.l.f. This is just the, I don't know, it's the shade Moon. It's not their glitter formula, I think it's just like their metallic formula, but that one's so stunning as well. Maybe we'll mix them, I don't know. But they're so good. So we're just gonna fast forward to that, and then I will be right back. that was it. That was pretty quick. I ended up just mixing the liquid eyeshadows. They ended up looking really similar. So I did first the Kokie on this eye, and then I did the e.l.f. on this eye, and they looked pretty similar. But I was like, just in case, I just added a little bit of e.l.f. on this one and then a Kokie on this one, and they honestly look pretty nice. The Colourpop palette, I really do love Colourpop's formula. I'm not even gonna look at that until later. I love their formula, and they're so good. Again, one of my favorite brands. This shade, though, I did not really freaking love. It's called So Mature. It ended up just being literally this shade, or this shade, whatever. It ended up just being freaking white. I'm like, what? It had no base, like it had no color to it. I'm like, what the freak is that? Okay, we're good. It was just my Kokie. She's alright. She's alright. Alright, so then we are going in with mascara. Again, my brow products, again, I talked about those as my favorites. Love them. For mascara, if I can find it, we're going to go in with the Tarte C Surfer Curl Mascara. One of my favorite mascaras, definitely, again, from my favorite brand. Obsessed, in love. It's just a mini guy here. We're going to use her today. I usually, you know, mini mascaras work really well for me, but this is not the regular Tarte Lights Camera. I mean, Tarte C Surfer Curl. We're gonna go with the e.l.f. Lash It Loud. This is one of the few products I just don't love from e.l.f., but it's a good, like, topping mascara. You just top it over anything that's a little too clumpy or whatever, and it kind of just blends out because of the type of wand it is. And it is really nice for your lower lashes, so it works for today. I wasn't gonna use it, but we needed it, so. All right, then let's go in with some lippies. So, one of my favorite lippies, of course, from Essence, the Stay 8 Hour Lip Liner in the shade Because Duh. One of my favorites. Again, this is one of the things that definitely just put Essence on the market for me, like Essence as one of my favorite brands. I have so many favorites from them because they're so cheap. You can try it. It's really like, it's not gonna break the bank if you try it and hate it. But this one I just fell in love with. The best lip liner ever. This is the second one that I've had. I don't know why I insist on talking while putting on lip liner, but she's cute. It's so creamy, but it lasts for quite a while, and feels so good. This color is perfect. This opened the door for lip liners to me. Open the door for lip liners to me. Open the door to me. I don't know. Open, like, it made me want to buy more lip liners and stuff like that. And so, obsessed. Love it. Look how stunning she is. Alright, and then next on the lips, we're going to go with the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips. Again, I love Tarte. This is one that I don't give enough love. And I do love these formulas. I think they're so cute. They just look so cute. And they really make your lips look glossy and juicy. I was going to go in with some other products, but I think that's where we're stopped. Last but not least, we are going to do some setting spray. e.l.f. Dewy Setting Spray. They did change the packaging to this to a white packaging. It's a little smaller, chunkier, but it is white, just so you know. But I believe it's the same thing, both coconut dewy setting spray. So freaking good. So we're going to go with this. I don't know why they changed that, because this mister is really nice. I mean, it is a little bit, like, harsh, but it's so good. Like, there's nothing, it didn't really need enough. Alright guys, so that is it for this very long video. Sorry for how long it is, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it. You got to see a lot of the products from a lot of my favorite products from a lot of my favorite brands in action. Not all of these, again, not all of these are favorite products, like #1 products. There are some other brands or other products that I just love a little bit more that are not necessarily a favorite brand, but they are favorite products. But I thought it was still fun to see some of these in action. None of these products I hate is the thing, and that none of these are, you know, horrible products that I just force myself to use. So that's a good thing. But it's interesting just to kind of, you know, see how I love certain products, or what I love certain brands for and what they're good at. And like, it's just interesting and fascinating. So yes. So the quote for today is, what's coming is better than what is gone. And it's just so true. Just look forward to what's coming, because it's going to be so much sweeter and so much greater than what was, what you lost. That is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Comment down any favorites you have below, your favorite brands, your #1 favorite brand. If you can get it down to #1, let me know what your #1 favorite brand is. All right, bye guys.